This presentation will analyze Linda Flower and John R. Hay's study, The Pregnant Pause, an inquiry into the nature of planning. This is an example of a case study which uses qualitative data. Researchers Flower and Hayes asked the question, why do writers pause? They wished to analyze the assumption by most researchers that planning occurs during pauses. They wanted to understand the nature of this planning, if that is indeed what happens. This is a dilemma, so the study has two hypotheses. The first is linguistic, which operates on the idea that writers pause so that they can plan what they're going to say next. The rhetorical hypothesis states that writers pause to carry out problem solving and deal with abstract rhetorical planning, such as integrating audience awareness and purpose into the text. These goals reflect a broader thinking of the whole text, not just a focus on the next sentence. Flower and Hayes analyzed the work of 3 expert writers and 1 novice writer. They used protocol analysis to look at the content of planning, asking the subjects to voice their thoughts as they paused in between writing. The researchers state that the verbalized planning cannot directly compare to silent pause patterns, but it provides great evidence as to how writers handle their pauses. They call the thought and verbal protocols within the process of the writer composing episodes. Pregnant pauses are labeled as the boundaries between these episodes. Since this is qualitative data, the study is not generalizable like quantitative data. However, generalizations can be made in reference to the subjects and settings that are studied. The writers' verbalized composing episodes were recorded by a tape recorder and transcribed. These episodes range from 1 to 33 lines of typescript with an average of 10 clauses per episode. The researchers broke down the composing episodes into clauses and analyzed each episode's range, mean, and standard deviation. They noted when writers used phrases such as all right and let's see. They also recorded the expected and actual agreement among the judges. Researcher triangulation is employed because many different judges observed the writers' episodes. 4 trained judges, 4 intuitive judges who had no prior experience with these protocols, and 22 writing researchers from a seminar on protocol analysis listened to the subjects' verbalized thoughts. Some aspects make this study questionable. For example, the researchers gave guidelines to the intuitive judges that were based on the more knowledgeable judges' markers for episodes, but were made higher. Possibly because of this, the intuitive judges created more boundaries than the other judges. Also, the tape of one expert was not available for detailed analysis, limiting the number of subjects. The study does not provide a detailed description of the selection process of subjects or the setting in which the data was collected. The researchers do not mention reasons for this admission. As mentioned previously, the study uses linguistic and rhetorical theories. In regard to the rhetorical approach, the theory of problem solving was also used. The findings show that goal-related activity and logical topics guide writers composing episodes. Surprisingly, paragraphs are poor markers for pauses. Linguistic and rhetorical theories combine in the causes for writing pauses. Rhetorical planning is involved, but the writer must also take time to come up with content and sentence-level planning. The study cites many other researchers' work throughout, helping the study to become more generalizable. A poor example of generalization, however, occurs because the researchers do not operationalize their terms of expert and novice writers. Thank you for viewing this presentation.